Drinking tea has always been my healthy morning ritual. My favorite is fruit tea, and a cup of freshly brewed aromatic fruit tea always start my day in the right note. And it's so easy to get a fruit tea sachet like this one. All I have to do is to go to the supermarket and head towards the beverage aisle to get a box of fruit tea. And today is 15th of December and we are celebrating International Tea Day. Now, perhaps you might be wondering, are we going to talk about tea appreciation, looking at all the different types of tea in the world today? No, there is a deeper meaning behind it. In fact, International Tea Day is celebrated across tea-producing countries in Asia and Africa, countries like Tanzania, Kenya, Malawi, Malaysia, Indonesia, New Delhi, and India. And globally, there are a total of 34 tea-producing countries. The aim is to draw international attention from citizens and governments to the impact of tea trade on workers and growers. In 2005, the first International Tea Day was organized by civil societies, trade unions, and tea growers in New Delhi. And in succeeding years, Asian countries like Sri Lanka began to commemorate this event as well. And every event, they will organize seminars and public dialogues, and they would strive to cover three important areas. The first one is to look at increasing fairer prices for small tea growers. Secondly, to look at improving living conditions and living wages of tea workers. And the third is to raise awareness of the historical, cultural, and economical significance of tea to the world. And do you know that tea is one of the oldest beverages consumed and dated way back to 5,000 years ago? In 2016, archaeologists from the Chinese Academy of Sciences discovered the world's oldest tea from amongst the treasures buried in the tomb of Emperor Jing, the fourth emperor of the Western Han dynasty, who ruled around more than 2,150 years ago. A large pack of tea was stashed in his tomb, which were tea buds of the oldest and most exquisite form of green tea. In 2016, archaeologists from the Chinese Academy of Sciences discovered the world's oldest tea from amongst the treasures buried in the tomb of Emperor Jing, the fourth emperor of the Western Han dynasty, who ruled around more than 2,150 years ago. A large pack of tea was stashed in his tomb, which were tea buds of the oldest and most exquisite form of green tea. Now, over the centuries, the culture of tea drinking has spread from China to Japan and to the rest of Europe, like Holland and Britain. And a long time ago in Britain, tea used to be the one beverage that could only be afforded by the rich until the year of 1784, when the British government slashed tax rates on tea. And today, Britain is the world's tea capital, consuming about 75 million cups of tea every day. And globally, over 3 billion cups of tea has been consumed by the world population a day. And the reason why tea has been so widely consumed is because of its health benefits. Tea helps us to reduce our weight. Tea also helps us to cleanse our body system because of its inflammatory and antioxidant properties. And when it comes to tea production, the level of complexity for tea production differs from one type of tea to another. For instance, in the case of fruit tea, it is so much easier to make it by just blending tea leaves, herbs, blossoms, and petals together to make a nice cup of tea. But when it comes to oolong tea, there are actually 8 steps of processes involved. And the 8 steps of processes comprise wielding, bruising, oxidation, fixation, yellowing, shaping, drying, and curing. Now, to cater to the more sophisticated tea consumers, tea is now even added as an ingredient in desserts like matcha cake, oolong donuts, and cha latte popsicles. House or a tea store, what you can do to celebrate International. For those of you who own a tea house or a tea store, what you can do to celebrate International Tea Day is to first of all create an in-store sign showing the full scale of tea production from seed to cup, highlight special tea tastings in honor of this day, and educate the contribution of tea workers to tea production. We hope today's video story have led you to understand the value of tea and how it is grown and produced. For tomorrow, we are going to take the day to honor one of the most important people in our lives who have safeguarded our personal safety. And he is the policeman. Till then, enjoy a cup of tea and good night.